Hey everybody, hope you're ready to learn some more about Photoshop CS6 because I'm your host, Buddy Blackford, and I'm going to be teaching you about working with the Photoshop tools. And the tools are these things over here on the left. Now there's a whole slew of these. Photoshop made about 70 of them, I think, and I know that there's just 11 selection tools alone, and it's pretty sweet. So we're gonna go over these, and there's so many of them. I'm not gonna go through them all in this tutorial. I'm just gonna give you a good indication of the different kind of groups that you have there. So sometimes when you start up your Photoshop, your tool selection panel might look like this, or if you click on this double arrow here, it'll be this a long way. So whatever you like better. I like it more condensed like this because I can get to the tools faster. So if you go up to one of your tools and click on it, you can select that certain tool. Now if the tool has an arrow down here in the corner, as you can see on this rectangle one here and this one with the lasso, they got little arrows down in the bottom right corner. If you click and hold, you can bring up a few more extra tools that are within that set. So that's pretty cool. Now if you look at some of the tools, if you hold down on them, they have these letters next to them. Those are the hotkeys. So the hotkey for a rectangular marquee tool is M. So getting to know the hotkeys while you're using Photoshop will speed up your workflow tremendously, and you'll be ahead of anybody else that doesn't know how to use the hotkeys in terms of speed. Now once you get your hotkeys down and you're good with knowing which goes to what, then you start learning how to use the tools effectively, and then you can be really great at Photoshop. So let's start going over some of these things. This tool here is just the move tool, and this is one of the main tools that you'll use, and the hotkey for the move tool is V. So if you press V on your keyboard, will make the move tool, and that pretty much just moves stuff around. So if I come to this welcome to Photoshop sign and I just move that around, that's what the move tool does. Now the next section here is the marquee tool, and what this does is take some selections, and whatever is within this selection you can edit with some of the other tools. So maybe I want to press delete. Here we go. If I press delete, well, that didn't work on that one because it's a smart object. Let's bring it down here, and it'll delete out a section there. You can add color to these if you wanted to with a paint bucket tool, such as that. So that's just a tool for selecting things. Now also below it, this is the lasso tool, and it comes with the polygonal lasso tool and the magnetic lasso tool, and these are for also selecting things. You can draw a selection with the lasso tool, and it'll create a selection for you. Same thing with the polygonal, but the polygonal one does it in straight lines like that, such as. Now I'm not going to go over every single tool, but keep in mind what these tools are used for. Now if I come up here to select and then go to deselect, it'll get rid of the selection for us in case you're messing around with the different selection tools. We've got our magic wand tool here, and within this we have the quick selection tool and the magic wand tool, and these are used for selecting things quickly. So they usually select something of around the same color, so you can try, I'll try to select this woman's shirt. That didn't work. And it tried to select as much of it as the shirt as it could based on color, but there's too much of a color difference within that. So it's a lot easier to select things with the magic wand tool and then come through with the quick selection tool and add to the selection. So I could add like this, and now I've got a decent amount of her shirt added. So I mean, that's a little bit of how you use those tools. We've got the crop tool here, which we've got a perspective crop, which is new. We've got slice and slice select tool. So these are for cutting things out. So if I select her face and press enter, it will crop out everything else and just have that. So I'm going to go to edit, I'm going to go to undo to undo what I just did last time. So when you're messing around with your tools here and checking them out, the way to undo what you just did is go to edit, undo, or edit, step backward. So we can go on to the next one. This is our color selector tool. So this is actually called the eyedropper, but pretty much it's just used for selecting colors. So if I want to go select like this pink color here, and I click on it with this eyedropper tool, it's going to change our color here and over here to that pink color. Now these other tools here, we've got a ruler tool, which can be used to create ruler lines. Oops, I just hit the wrong one. And then we've got our note tool that we can use to write little notes, and then you can use those to come over here into the note panel to open up little notes that you leave around for other people that might have been using it, or that might use this after you, or if you're coming back to it later. Let's get that out of there. We don't want that on there. Now let's move down to the next set of tools. We've got our spot healing brush tool here, and these tools here are used to work on actual photos.